The solar tax credit is set to disappear after 2025, so making a decision ASAP on whether you're ready to switch is more important than ever. And here with all the expert information and advice is Frideric Prandecki from Bob's Repair. Good morning, Frideric. How you doing?
Good morning. Thank you for having me once again. Thank you.
It was a pleasure. So I think this is, valuable information, obviously, for the audience, and some people may not even be aware that this is coming to a close. So what exactly is the solar tax credit, and potentially how much could viewers at home save if they're a homeowner?
So the 30% federal tax credit is ending, beginning of 2026. So let's say if you buy a solar project for $10,000, you get $3,000 back from your tax liability, which is huge because now your ROI to get solar in your house, drops down by maybe a couple years. Mm-hmm. And with Vegas, we have the best sun, in the country. So
right.
It's incredible.
Yeah. With that in mind, just to give people some insight at home, do they need to make a decision before the end of 2025?
Yes.
Do they need to have it installed before 2025?
So before the end of 2025, you need to have it installed and paid for.
Right.
If you don't do that, then you lose that tax credit.
Okay, so another thing people might ask, someone at home right now is be like, they're reading my mind. Frederic and Elliot are reading my mind. What should they consider? What needs to be consideration? Is there a minimum baseline they need to hit with the energy they're using? Is there a certain amount of roofing space they need to consider? What sort of things they need to bear in mind?
Well, the most important thing is, are you going to stay at your home for more than 5 years? If, A, you need to be a homeowner, and B, are you going to stay for 5 years? And the next thing you need to consider is the contractor you're going with. One of the biggest things we're seeing at Bob's Repair is every day we're doing anywhere between 5 to 10 repairs, because a lot of these solar companies went out of business because all they do is solar. Bob's Repair does solar, HVAC, water heaters, insulation, and electrical. Mm-hmm. So, if solar, dips down, it might, and this year, we're still in business. And that's another thing, we're giving these 25-year warranties, and then who will be around if something fails? And Bob's will be.
Guaranteed, people, guaranteed.
Yes.
So what other things do people need to consider when choosing? Because obviously, Bob's Repair is a great option for people to use because you have so many variety of areas of your business that you take up. So what makes you the great choice for coming in and doing this kind of work?
We've been in business for over a decade. That's very important. 4.8 stars on Yelp, 4.9 stars on Google. We have 55 people. We're not a small company. I would say we're the 4th or 5th biggest HVAC company in town. So, we have a good foundation. And I think that's important. And also our team members, they've been with us. Our retention rates are very, very high. We do a lot of trainings. We do 3 trainings a week. And knowledge, being a tradesman is actually a very difficult thing because there's a lot of things that could go wrong. And if they do go wrong, you call Bob's and we fix it.
Yeah, that's completely true.
Yeah.
So solar, lots of things for people to consider. Another question people might have is, how long does the installation take? Do you come and do an inspection first? What's the transition like? So
one of the things you're going to see is permission to operate. A lot of people are, once you install solar, you hear this horror stories that it takes 3, 6, 7 months to get this, to turn on your solar. At Bob's Repair, the minute you commit and, you send us your energy, we're going to give you a proposal. And then I would say give us about 8 weeks and you have permission to operate. And that's very, very fast. Yeah. And a solar installation takes about, 1 to 3 days, depending how big your roof is. The more southern facing you have, the better returns of investments. But then again, Las Vegas has the 2nd best sun in the world, so it's incredible here.
Yeah, a lot of people would say you can't really avoid the sun.
You can't avoid the sun.
My house can pick up the sun everywhere.
And we only have smoke fires every so often, so it's not bad. Yes.
When thinking about the solar thing, maybe you mentioned quite a few businesses have disappeared now.
Yeah.
If someone is at home watching, has solar installation from someone else, are you able to pick up that?
Yes. So you give us a call. We're gonna come to your house. We're gonna diagnose the issue. Luckily, with these panels, we can see which one's not working. Maybe your whole system's not working. But I would say within a couple of hours, we can tell you what's wrong.
And if they haven't got it yet, they can call you guys up. You'll come and do a consultation. You guys do an inspection, see how things might work.
Yeah, we give free consultations if you would like a new solar system. If you like a repair, it's $149, and the reason why we charge $149 is going to take a long time for us to diagnose your system. Because if you have 30 panels and we don't know which panel is working, there's 2 guys who are coming to your house, so just call Bob's Repair or 702-381-5080.
Right, that's the number you guys need to call. So if you're interested in getting that, that's where. And getting a quote is the same number, and they can go to the website too.
Yes, or you can email us solar@bobsrepair or bobsrepair.com.
but they need to do it now.
They have to do it now before the solar tax credits expire.
The year is running out, folks. Just another reminder at the end of summer. Did you have a good summer?
I had a great summer.
Yeah?
Yeah, but it hasn't been as hot, which is good for us locals, but not as great for HVAC, but overall it's been a great summer.
Awesome. Well, it's great seeing you. Thank you for the advice. I'm sure everyone at home is grateful for that. Thank you again.
Thank you.
For your free energy evaluation to see how much you could save on the chance to switch over to solar before those tax credits expire and take advantage of not only that, but also 5-year financing with 0% interest, just head to bubsrepair.com.